Here's your eggs, Mr. Jefferson. And let me tell you, I went through a lot of trouble to make them for you.
I hate eggs.
Well, in that case, it was worth the effort.
I don't have time. I got an appointment. I'm already late.
But what am I supposed to do with all this food?
Use the food to kill a mouse.
I tried that. You wouldn't eat it.
Oh, hi, George.
Bye, Weezy.
George, wait a minute.
What?
I have to talk to you about something.
Weezy, I'm in a hurry.
This is important. George, do you like being married to me?
Weezy, I thought you said it was important.
It is. George, you're not getting tired of me, are you?
Weezy, what are you talking about? Of course not. What makes you think that?
Well, I was kind of concerned about what happened last night.
Nothing happened last night.
That's why I'm concerned.
Look, Weezy, I had a headache, that's all.
I know. And the night before, you had a stomachache. And the night before that, you just had to watch TV.
Now, wait a minute. That was important. Look, you know, if you miss one episode of I Love Lucy, you lost for the rest of the series.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that you still find me attractive.
Come on, Weezy, don't get disgusting. I mean, it's light outside.
George!
Look, Weezy, I know what you want to know. You want to know if I still think you're just sexy and seductive. Well, look, I'll tell you what. If there's nothing good on television tonight, you got a date.
Well, hello there, Mr. Jefferson, sir. What brings you to the 8th floor this fine morning?
I got an appointment with Miss Sanderson.
Oh, an appointment, I see. Right, sir. Whatever you say, you dog, you. No offense, Cinnamon.
Look, Ralph, I'm telling you, Miss Sanderson manages a restaurant. I just want to try to get her cleaning contract.
Of course, sir, of course. But if I were you, I'd think of a specific name for that restaurant. Holds up in court.
Ralph, tell me the truth. This is the bid.
Nice touch. Well, why don't I just run along, sir?
Yeah, why don't you?
Yes, sir. Will do. And don't worry about a thing, sir. Your secret's safe with me, you dog, you.
Miss Sanderson.
Mr. Jefferson, I'm sorry. I completely forgot about our meeting.
What meeting?
About the cleaning contract?
Oh, yeah, cleaning, yeah. I'm connected with that. Ain't I?
Listen, do you suppose we could postpone our meeting?
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, look, anyway, I just wanted to bring this bid by. You know, I'll come back for it after I have had a chance to look you over. I mean, after you've had a chance to look it over, you know. The bust I'm talking about. I mean, the bid. Oh, excuse me. You remember where the elevator is? Oh. Who was that?
Nobody, George. Just somebody I have some business with.
We'll put it on the back burner, baby, because you got more important business in here.
Oh, George. You're the best, George.
Mr. Jefferson, you dog, you.
Miss Jefferson, George!
I'm busy, Florence.
Oh, I tell you, good help is so hard to find.
Oh, hi, Ralph. What's up?
Hello, Florence.
Uh-oh. You got some gossip. I can tell because you got them Rona-Barrett eyes. Okay, what have you heard?
First, what have you heard?
Okay. Mrs. Glick has got a bun in the oven, child, and don't know who the baker is.
Yesterday's news.
Well, the Wondermans are getting a divorce.
Really? What seems to be the problem?
Well, it seems that Mrs. Wonderman found out that Mr. Wonderman could be Mrs. Glick's baker.
That's a tasty morsel. I can peddle that one.
Here, Ralph, cough up.
Yeah. This is more than a cough, Florence. This is a major bronchial attack. Well, there's a certain dry cleaner who shall remain nameless.
Mr. Jefferson?
That's him. And there's also a Miss Sanderson on the 8th floor, the one who likes to entertain.
Yeah, so?
Well, let's just say that Mr. Jefferson is this week's co-star.
Now, that ain't true, Ralph.
Florence, I saw it with my own eyes, I heard it with my own ears, and there it is in black and white.
I'm sorry, I don't care. Now, the man might be bald, short, loud, and obnoxious, but I ain't gonna listen to nobody saying nothing bad about him.
Florence, I'm telling you,
Look, I'm telling you, he didn't do it.
Do what?
Who?
Ralph, what were you telling Florence about Mr. Jefferson?
Why, Mrs. Jefferson, what makes you think we were talking about him?
Well, I heard the words bald, short, loud, and obnoxious, and I know my husband. Out with it, Ralph.
Well, I really must be going.
Hold it, Ralph. Florence, would you put some water in this, please?
Okay, but don't pay no attention to Ralph. He gossips.
I'm waiting, Ralph.
Well, actually, I really ought to.
Sit. Ralph, if there's something you know about my husband, I believe I have the right to hear it.
Mrs. Jefferson, ma'am, you're like family to me. I would never say anything to hurt you. I'd rather have my tongue ripped from my mouth than cause you a moment's pain.
Here's $1.
Your husband's cheating on you.
Cheating on me? That's a horrible thing to say.
I know. That's why it grieves me so much to tell you he's cheating with Miss Sanderson in 8B.
Who's Miss Sanderson?
She's a young, beautiful, voluptuous woman who can't hold a candle to you, ma'am.
George, with another woman? I can't believe that. Why would he cheat on me? We've been married 33 years.
Well, far be it from me to say that's probably it right there. I must be going. Have a nice day, ma'am.
Ralph. Until I get to the bottom of this, I don't want you spreading this rumor around the building.
You can count on me, ma'am. And if it's any consolation to you, just because I spread this trash doesn't mean that I believe it.
So anyway, this new guy in the office, Ed, he's a real card. He told me this joke yesterday. He said this husband and wife went into the psychiatrist's office, and the wife says, "Doctor, my husband thinks he's a dog." The doctor said, "Well, get right up on the couch." And the wife says, I don't allow him on the couch."
Louise, that was supposed to be a joke.
Oh!
Louise, do you have something else on your mind?
No. I just have my mind on something else.
Helen, I think we ought to go.
No. It's me. I'm in the way. I'll just go back to my place.
Louise, this is your place.
Louise, look, if you've got a problem, maybe we can help.
Oh, no, it's kind of private, and I really don't want to talk about it.
Maybe we should leave her alone.
George is having an affair.
Louise, that can't be.
Of course not. George wouldn't think of looking at another woman.
Yeah, he loves me. You're right. I'll just put it right out of my mind.
Oh, good, Louise. Let's go, Tom.
Ralph caught him with another woman.
Oh, this is serious.
Oh, Louise, who is it?
Miss Sanderson in 8B.
Wow, she's a looker.
Tom.
I mean, if you go for the young, gorgeous, busty type. Which I don't. I mean, Helen, your shape is much better in the long run. So George is cheating on you, huh?
Louise, maybe you're just jumping to conclusions. I mean, if George were really fooling around, you'd notice signs.
Like what?
Well, he'd probably be less attentive, make up excuses at bedtime, have a headache, a stomachache, want to watch TV. And none of that has happened, has it?
Look, Louise, I know George. He would never do anything to hurt you.
Tom's right.
I know, but I can't stop thinking about it.
Well, then get it out in the open. Just ask George.
How? What would I say to him? George, pass the salt. And by the way, have you been fooling around on the side?
Look, you're going to have to find out one way or another. So if you can't confront George, there's only one person you can confront.
Miss Sanderson?
Hey, good thought. I was thinking of Ralph, but she'd probably be even better.
But if I'm wrong, I'll be embarrassed.
I'm sure you'll be wrong, but it's a small price to pay to put your mind at ease.
All right, then. I'll go talk to her.
Oh, good. And I'm sure you'll find that there's nothing going on.
Oh, thank you, Helen.
Oh, she's right. After all, George has you. Why would he possibly want a runner-up in the Miss America pageant?
Hello. Are you Miss Sanderson?
Yes?
Well, actually, I'm not sure how to bring this up. I guess the best way is to just come right on out with it. You are not having an affair with my husband, George, are you?
Who told you?
Oh, I just feel so silly. Thank you for... Say what?
I don't know how you found out about this, but I'm glad it's finally out in the open.
You admit it?
Look, the truth is he doesn't love you. He loves me.
But
Hey, I can understand why you'd be upset at losing him. He's so attentive to my every need. I mean, the man can't keep his hands off me. Well, let's face it. Since you can't handle that hot ball of fire, I've got to...
in other words, if the cat's not fed at home, it'll go roaming out in the garbage.
Now, really, there's no reason to act uncivilized.
Now, you listen to me, you runner-up. You keep your filthy hands off my husband.
Hey, George means a lot to me. We're in love, and I'm not giving him up.
I'll snatch you bald-headed.
On the other hand, there are other fish in the sea.
Now, let me make this clear. If I ever see you with my husband again, I'll show you just how far silicone bounces.
Spla-na-na-na, pum 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 pum, spla-dum, pum pum, spla-dum, spla-na-na-na, spla-dum, pum da-dum, spla-na-na-na, spla-dum, spla-na-na, spla-na-na. Florence, isn't it a beautiful evening?
You disgust me.
And you have the face of a moose, so what else is new?
I tell you one thing, if I was your wife, you'd be in the hospital right now.
And if you was my wife, I'd tell him to pull the plug. Where's Weezy?
She ain't home, and I'm glad, because it gives me a chance to tell you what I think of you. You disgust me.
Get out on the wrong side of the cage.
You know, Mr. Jefferson, you ain't a handsome man. And even if you was, it wouldn't be worth the effort to bend all the way down there to look at you. But I thought at least you was a good husband.
I am a good husband. Ask anybody. Here's somebody now. Florence says I ain't a good husband. What do you think?
You disgust me.
What's going on around here?
Florence, will you please leave us alone? I'd like to have a chat with my late husband.
What do you mean late? I'm home early.
You sure you don't want me to hold him, Miss Jefferson, while you kick him?
Maybe later.
I'll be in the kitchen if you need me. And remember, he fits in the blender.
What's wrong with you two?
As if you didn't know.
I don't know, and I don't even care. The thing is, look, I come home in a romantic mood. God knows it wasn't easy.
You disgust.
Let me explain. I'm all worn out, but I'm still willing to go that extra mile for you.
So that's what I mean to you, George. The extra mile.
Oh, Weezy, come on, get up off it. Look, I'm home, I'm ready for love, so let's get to it, okay? Weezy, kissing is supposed to be a team effort.
George, if you weren't happy with me, you could have been honest enough to tell me. You didn't have to go sneaking around behind my back.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Miss Sanderson.
Oh, wow, yeah, she's a fox, ain't she? Okay, Florence, you can forget about your Christmas bonus.
George, how could you?
She kicked me.
I'm talking about what you did to me. For over 30 years, I've done everything I could to make you happy. And how do you thank me? By stabbing me in the back. What? I know you are having an affair with Miss Sanderson.
Getting frostbite.
You deserve worse, you weasel.
Please believe me, it's strictly business between me and Miss Sanderson.
You pay her?
Of course not. She pays me.
You dis
Miss Sanderson manages a restaurant. I'm just trying to get a cleaning contract.
Stop lying to me. I confronted that floozy, and she admitted she was having an affair with you.
What? I swear, I don't know why she would say something. Oh, wait. Easy, look, you must remember, I am every woman's fantasy. Miss Sanderson probably wants me so bad that she just made herself believe that she already had me. Poor thing. What can I do about it?
Don't go away.
I'll get it. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Jefferson.
Oh, Miss Sanderson.
I'm sorry, but I won't be able to accept your cleaning bid. I'm leaving town. Mr. Nyland and I are running away together. You see, his wife is a killer.
Oh.
You hussy!
Look who's calling who a hussy. You're cheating on your husband with Mr. Jefferson.
I'm not cheating on anybody. This is my husband, George.
I thought this was your husband, George.
My husband is George Jefferson.
Well, this is George Nyland.
Oh, there you go. All right.
I'm confused.
I'm not. George, this means your wife doesn't know about me.
Right. So, what are we doing down here?
Oh, Mr. Jefferson, since we won't be leaving town, you can have my cleaning contract.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, nice to meet you, Jefferson. You're a lucky man.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Hey, you lucky too. I mean, really lucky. I mean, you are the luckiest. Except for me, I'm luckier. Right, Goober Cheeks?
George, Goober Cheeks won't work this time.
Oh, come on, Weezy, look, it's not my fault. Don't get mad at me. I didn't start this mess.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I did kind of make a fool of myself, didn't I?
You sure did.
Are you mad at me?
Well, I could be, except for one thing.
What?
You were so cute.
Cute?
Yeah, you were jealous of me and everything. Well, I know it must be terrifying to think you could be losing the very best.
The very best?
Well, look, Weez, I know it's been a lot of pressure for me at work, and I haven't been spending enough time with you.
Well, I guess I was a little worried that after all these years that you were getting tired of me.
Oh, Weezy, come on. We could be married for 130 years. I'd never get tired of you.
Oh, thank you, George.
Let's see if there's anything good on television.
That's why I went to Dominic's. Old man Dominic likes to do a few extra things for me because, well, over the years, I've given him my fair share of business.
Fair share? Why, Tom, your patronage alone has put Dominic Jr. through college.
Well, anyway, the cake looks perfect. Happy birthday, Gorge.
Aw, Tom.
Well, all right, so I ate an E. What's the big deal? Well, the name George is loaded with E's. Look, there's one there at the end.
Well, at least all he ate was an E, and not one of those 6 great-looking roses.
6? I ordered 12 roses.
I just can't wait to see the look on George's face when we yell surprise.
Oh, and he should be even more surprised when he opens his gifts.
Oh, I sure hope so. You know, it's not easy shopping for George. What do you get for the man who already has everything?
Another E.
Well, I bought him a nice present.
Oh, what did you get him?
A can of soup.
Well, Helen and I bought him a set of whodunit books. We didn't have to think twice about what to buy him since he became such a mystery buff.
I got a mystery for him. He should solve the case of his missing hair.
Well, Louise, nothing is going to come close to your gift. You really outdid yourself this year.
Oh, thank you, Helen. I think so, too. Say, why don't we all go in the living room? George should be home any second.
Oh, come on.
Which mystery book did you get for George, Tom?
Well, let's see. We bought him Murder in the Catacombs.
Oh, that's too bad. George has already read that one.
Oh, really? Well, then we got him Appointment with Death.
Oh, that's too bad. He's read that, too.
He has? Well, how about that Edgar Thornton classic, The Captain Wore Nylon?
I'm afraid he's read that one.
I wonder where George is.
In here waiting for a decent present. Surprise!
George, you ruined our party. And how did you get in here?
Probably snuck in through the keyhole.
Hey, Florence, thanks for the soup.
Where is it?
I put it the same place you put the mustache wax I gave you for your birthday. Come on, Weez, where's my great present? Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Hey, now, wait a minute. I thought the plan was to have our cake first.
Weezy, just put the cake in a trough for him and give me my present.
Go ahead, Louise. Give it to him. And I'm not talking about his present.
Happy birthday, George. Here.
An envelope? What is it? What could I possibly want that would fit into an envelope?
A new suit?
A cruise, George, but not just any cruise. We are booked on the inaugural launching of the Caribbean mystery ship.
It's brand new. You'll love it. You go out for 3 days on a yacht, and the captain and the crew provide a made-up mystery. Then you and the other passengers try to solve it.
Weez, this is great.
Not only that, but the other passengers are going to be some of the most famous mystery writers in the world, your favorites.
And the fun will be to see who can solve the crime first.
Me and the greatest crime-solving minds in the world.
Yeah, it's kind of like Daffy Duck goes to Congress.
Louise, this is great. Wait, the Willis is going with us?
No.
This is fantastic.
Yes, it'll just be you, me, and Florence.
Florence? I don't know. Some of those sailors ain't seen a woman for years, you know. Oh, but she'll be safe.
Just one thing, George. In order to get you booked on this cruise, I had to tell everybody you were a mystery writer. Do you think you'll be able to pull it off?
Me lie. Hold it a minute, Louise. I'll check. Excuse me. Tom, Helen, I'd just like to say thank you for your present, and you also are very dear, dear friends.
Well, our pleasure, George.
Lying is no problem.
Steward, everything in order?
Oh, yes, sir. We've seen to every detail. I know how much you want our maiden voyage to be perfect.
That's right. Now, you can see from the passenger list that all our guests are distinguished, sophisticated, and accustomed to nothing but the best.
Hello, Captain. Nice tub you got here.
It's his birthday.
Oh, yeah, I can see he's wearing all his presents. Well, my name is Captain Marshall Monahan, and this is my chief steward, Mr. Garrity.
George Jefferson, author of that classic bestseller, The Stiff War Starch. This is my wife, Louise, and this is Florence. We brought her along as shark repellent.
It's a pleasure.
You know, I was in the Navy myself during the Korean War. Sometimes I think if I'd stayed in, I'd have been a captain today myself.
And we'd all be speaking Korean.
Yes, well, now, if you'll forgive me, I must go and prepare for tonight's mystery. I hope you all have a very pleasant voyage. And good luck, Mr. Jefferson, at solving our little crime.
Good luck, you say? I just might have it solved before it's even started. I'm that good.
Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir.
Come on, George, let's go to our cabin.
Not a chance, Weeze. Some of the greatest mystery writers in the world are going to be on this ship. And I want to see them all when they come on. Oop, don't look, Weeze.
Where?
Over there. It's Edgar Thornton, my most favorite writer of all time.
With any luck, this mystery cruise could turn into a pleasure cruise for me.
Not a chance, Florence. He's not carrying a white cane. Obviously, he can see.
George, didn't you tell me that Edgar Thornton writes mysteries based on the lives of real people?
Yeah, he just changes his name. See, half of the fun of reading his books is finding out who the characters really are. Say, Ed, in your book, Capital Caper, who did you base your main character on? You know, the president who got caught spying on the other party during the elections? Was he real?
Yes. Are you?
Oh, oh yeah, sorry. I'm George Jefferson, author of In My Nine, Dead by Five. This is my wife, Louise, and this is our baggage, Florence.
Pleased to meet you. Don't mind him. He's nervous because he snuck on board for child's fare. You know, I read your latest book, and I loved it.
What was your favorite part?
Your picture on the back.
Florence, you're charming and lovely.
Excuse me. He kissed my hand.
Oh, yeah? Medic!
Mr. Thornton, I'm sorry if I'm being nosy, but what is that you have in the box?
Wait, what are you doing? Yeah, Edgar, what's in the box?
Well, if you must know, it's my crime-solving kit. And don't call me Edgar.
Oh, sorry, Thorny. Mind if I take a look?
Nobody touches it but me. It's locked, and I never let it out of my possession. Well, good day. Florence, I hope I'll be seeing more of you. A lot less of you.
The way that he smiles.
Please don't look.
Over there again?
Yeah, it's Andrew Derrick, my absolute favorite mystery writer of all time.
Is he the one who wrote those Broadway thrillers?
Yeah, that's him. Hey, Andy. George Jefferson, writer of Blunt Stays No Problem.
Out of my way, worm.
No problem.
Forgive us, Mr. Jefferson. That gentleman is, or should I say was, our second mate. As you can see, he has a bit of a problem with alcohol. And that's something we cannot abide on this ship.
Oh, second mate, huh? Hey, Florence, why don't you go stand next to him? I'll take your picture.
For what?
That's the closest you're ever gonna get to a mate.
I think I'll go to my cabin. You know, you ought to feel quite at home in these waters.
Why?
They're full of shrimp.
Weezy, I bet you never guess who that is.
Oh, now let me guess. He's your absolute favorite mystery writer of all time.
That's right, how'd you know? That's Max Steele. He writes those two-fisted, hard-drinking, tough guy novels. I know this guy's a monster.
Sir, there are no mice on board, are there?
A man's man, huh, George?
Hello, could you tell me my cabin number? My name is Audrey Bloom.
Audrey Bloom. Hello, Miss Bloom. I love your books. May I give you one suggestion? You should take those terrific, smart, brave women heroes of yours and turn them into men. It's more believable.
You are a Neanderthal.
Oh, thank you. One thing. For a woman, I think you're great.
Another thing, for a man, you're not.
I'm impressed, George. You're sure making a lot of friends on this trip.
Charm is its own reward, Lise.
Oh, good afternoon. I am Duchess Henrietta von Kolb.
This has got to be first class, Weeze. The Duchess don't leave her castle for nobody. I gotta talk to her.
George, please.
Excuse me, Duchess. Excuse me, but do you support the Duke or does he support himself?
You, sir, are a twit.
And a Neanderthal.
I shouldn't wonder. I take it you have arranged the proper menu?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Enjoy your cruise.
Thank you.
Menu?
Well, she's diabetic. Her food has to be prepared a certain way.
Oh, well, if you want it burnt, you can hire my maid Florence to cook it.
Well, that's it. There are several other guests already on board. You'll be meeting them all later tonight.
Oh. See that, Weeze? I was worried about not getting along with these people. I'm winning them over.
George, you were called a worm, a twit, and a Neanderthal.
And never by a better class of people.
You know, George, I'm really excited. I can't wait until the mystery starts.
Oh, Miss Jefferson, guess what? Mr. Thornton asked me to dinner tomorrow night. I think he likes me.
There's your mystery, Weeze.
Excuse me, folks. I'm here to inform you that your presence is requested in the salon.
How come?
I'm afraid there's been a murder.
Whoa! It's about time. Come on, come on.
What happened here?
It's my wife, Bertha. Somebody's done her in.
Hey, who are you?
T.J. Wheeler, Texas millionaire. Oh, I just can't stand the sight of my wife's curvaceous figure all slumped over. But if you want to know who did it, just ask that lousy lawyer of mine. He was having an affair with her.
Well, all right, we were having an affair, but she was paying for my penthouse apartment. She was buying me things I could never afford. I would never have killed her. But if you want a suspect, talk to that secretary, Barbara Collins. She was fooling around with Wheeler.
Well, I certainly don't have to stand around here and take this. But the one who really had a motive was TJ's no-good, crooked accountant. I happen to know that Bertha discovered him embezzling and was just about to expose him.
It's a lie. TJ killed her. She had all the millions and he wanted it all for himself.
All right, hold it right there.
What we got?
That's a hair.
Been so long since he saw one, he forgot what they looked like.
That's an interesting little puzzle, no?
No, because I, George Jefferson, crime solver extraordinaire, know who did it.
Who, George?
It was her husband.
Oh, what makes you say that?
It's obvious. Take a look at that mug. If you were married to this bat, wouldn't you kill her?
You're not exactly a Valentino yourself, you little...
Bertha. Well, as you can see, this is the mystery we've arranged for you. And you're supposed to be a corpse. We're paying you handsomely to lie there and do nothing.
You should have hired Florence for that.
As I was saying, now this is your mystery. You have 4 suspects and 3 days in which to solve the murder. Now, the winner will receive a trophy, along with the satisfaction of having outwitted his peers and the mystery ship.
All right, let's take a practice.
Oh, Edgar Thornton's opening up his crime-solving kit.
Wow. And to think you saw that without your magnifying glass.
What have you got in the box? A magnifying glass? Fingerprint powder.
Bordeaux, 59.
Wine?
I guess he'll solve no crime before it's time.
Aha! What have we here?
What is it?
A picture of the captain when he was in the Navy.
Yeah, what about it?
I was in the Navy. Small world, huh?
Small brain, too.
It's nice to see George having a good time.
Quickly, everyone, look at this. There seem to be some initials engraved on the knife.
Oh. Aren't you gonna look, Duchess?
No. The rest of you can run around like rank amateurs, but I have seen all I need to see.
You see here, it's engraved on the handle, the initials BC.
BC. BC. I got it. Bill Cosby did it. No, that's too obvious.
Look, that BC is easily traced. The secretary's name was Barbara Collins. BC.
Steele, you're pathetic. If you'd been alert, you would have realized the accountant had an accent that was peculiar to Western Canada, probably British Columbia. There's your BC.
Oh, I got it.
Don't give it to me.
Okay. BC stands for when the murder occurred. BC, before Christ. It's obvious. Look at the victim. She's old enough.
At the risk of deflating the male egos in the room, I'm afraid you're all wrong. Now, a successful lawyer would no doubt belong to the very prestigious Bellington Club. And that's where the initials BC come from.
A noble effort, my dear, but alas, a futile one. If any of you so-called sleuths had any powers of observation, you would have noticed the burning cactus emblem on Mr. Wheeler's belt buckle. Now, that is obviously the name of his ranch, and equally obviously from whence the initials BC come.
You are getting senile. That's the most inane thing I've ever seen.
Well, I don't understand why they're arguing like this.
Probably because they're competing with each other.
We also happen to loathe each other.
Well, that's a relief. I thought you were just singling out my husband.
Well, I'm sure we will when we get to know him better.
Mr. Thornton?
Call me Edgar.
Call me anytime. Why do you call that wine bottle your mystery-solving kit?
Well, Florence, I've always felt a good murder, like a good meal, should be savored with an excellent wine. It makes me think. Just a sip clears the cobwebs from my head.
Have you got a gallon for my boss?
I'd say that from the angle of the knife, the murderer was right-handed.
Mm-hmm. And he also had a strong stomach. Why? Because he left the victim's face uncovered.
That's it. I don't care how much you're paying me. I'm not going to stand here and take any more insults from that rodent.
Who cares? I've seen dogs play dead better than her.
You know, Edgar, I think we might have a lot in common.
Really? Why?
Well, for instance, what do you think of my boss?
I think he's an idiot.
Well, there's one thing in common right there.
That's interesting.
Interesting? Well, I guess you could say I'm interesting. But you haven't even scratched the surface. Actually, I'm a very fascinating woman.
Well, that's odd.
Well, there's nothing really odd about it. I'm so interesting, you might want to write a book about me. But then I guess that's why you were drawn to me in the first place. Tell me, what was your first impression? Well, that's rude. I mean, if you didn't like me, all you had to do was say so. Well, if that's the way you feel, you can take a flying leap.
Oh, what happened?
Well, we were just talking and he keeled over.
I knew it finally would happen. Florence finally bored some poor guy to death. Hey, Edgar, come on, joke's over. Get up, let's have some fun. We can drop some ice cubes down the Duchess' dress.
Oh, my God.
Hey, is this all part of the game?
I'm afraid this is no game. Mr. Thornton's really dead.
Dad! Oh, my goodness.
Don't. It could be poison.
Oh, here.
Well, don't just stand there. Call the police.
We're 50 miles out at sea.
Well, pull over.
Who would want to kill poor Edgar? I mean, he just met me.
Well, he did say they all loathed each other.
I'll notify the captain and check out this wine. If it is poison, you should all be careful, because that means whoever the murderer is, it's somebody in this room.
Well, don't look at me. I ain't no murderer. I can vouch for me and my wife.
Ain't you forgetting somebody?
You were the closest one to him.
I'm afraid there's even more bad news. Listen to this. Thornton was only the first. Everyone in this room will die.
Thanks for the trip, Wheeze. Florence! Florence! Florence!
Mr. Jefferson, can't you see I'm listening to my stereo? I can't hear that doorbell.
Don't look at her. You fell for it.
George, you're a genius.
I know the news is all over town.
Wait, let me tell you why you're a genius.
Well, it's genius. It's self-explanatory. Now, if you feel you have to explain it to the ladies, go right ahead.
Aha.
You know, George, it's so rare to find brains and humility in the same person.
Thank you, Helen.
I'm still looking for that person.
Louise, several months ago, George gave me a tip on a stock, and guess what?
You need a loan.
Hardly. That stock shot up, and I sold it yesterday and made myself $3,000.
Oh, see that? You should feel proud of yourself. You started to listen to me. Did you come down here to share your profits?
Well, it'd be a little difficult. Helen's wearing it.
Ooh, Miss Willis, that coat is just beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Florence.
Child, I just want you to know if that ever becomes a hand-me-down, I'm down.
It does look sensational on you, Alan.
Oh. It sure does. It looks so good on you, I could almost forget those cute little animals that died so you could wear it.
I'm glad you like it.
Boy, that stock market show is something. I got to find me a way to make some money without working.
You have. This job.
Well, we're going out on the town.
Oh, well, have fun. You look gorgeous.
Oh, thank you so much, Louise. We're going to see you later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh, and George, thanks again. I'm sure that every time Helen puts on her new coat, she'll think of you.
I sure will. Oh, Lord, let it be a short winter.
George, I'm so glad you could help Tom. Better watch out. If you're not careful, helping people could become a habit.
Not a chance, Weeze.
Mr. Jefferson, on the off chance that you got one more good deed in you, how about taking a shot at helping me?
Florence, I'd love to help you, but I've never been to medical school.
Mr. Jefferson, can we please be serious? You see, when it comes to high finance, Mr. Willis is right. You do know your stuff. You got a knack for making money.
Yes, I do.
But I don't.
Yes, you don't.
Anyway, how about give me some of that advice like you gave Mr. Willis?
Florence, look, if I go around giving advice to everybody, the whole world will be rich. I'd be just like everybody else.
Well, not exactly, George.
Oh, yeah, I will be still smarter than them.
Well, that's not what I had in mind.
Oh, you mean better looking?
Let's drop it, George.
Can we get back to me, please?
Listen, Florence, a little word of advice. Now, I've known George longer than you have. And if you want something from him, I mean, if you really want it, I'd say you're better off asking somebody else.
Well, you're probably right, Miss Jefferson, but when it comes to financial advice, I don't know nobody else. See?
Oh.
I mean, it's not for me. It's for my church. They need new stained glass windows.
Well, why don't you just tell them like you always tell me? I don't do windows.
I'm serious, Mr. Jefferson. The church needs money, and I'd like to help, but I can't afford it. You gotta get me in the market.
Look, Florence, how much money you got?
$400.
Well, that's enough to get in the market.
Oh.
The supermarket.
What's the use? I knew you wouldn't help me. I guess if I want to make some money, I gotta find an investment on my own.
Wait, Florence. Are you sure you want to talk about investment? It's so chancy. Now, you have $400 nice and safe in the bank, and it earns a steady 6% that you depend on. Now, if you went out and bought some stock, you would be risking a sure $24 a year. George, you've got to help this woman.
What am I going to do with $400?
Well, how much do I need?
At least $2 grand.
Well, let me ask you a question. Does that money have to necessarily come from just me?
Well, what do you have in mind, Florence?
Well, I was thinking maybe I could get some of the other maids in the building to go in with me.
Oh, yeah, you mean a consortium?
Yeah, a consortium.
Oh.
What's a consortium?
That's when a group of serious investors get together to form one stock portfolio.
So if I get a group like that together, you'll talk to us and help us?
Sure, I'll help you.
Thank you, Mr. Jefferson.
Oh, how you like that, Weeze? Ain't that great? I helped Willis, I helped Florence. Anything I can do for you? Oh, I married you, that's enough. So, in conclusion, let me reiterate that although the stock market is admittedly a volatile arena for investment, the potential for a sizable return is there if we do our homework and use sound financial judgment. Any questions? Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is the stock market?
Good question.
I was going to ask that myself.
So, this is your consortium, huh, Florence?
Well, I admit we don't know much, but we each got $400.
Yeah, well, I guess money without brains is better than the other way around. Okay, now, let me address the question, and I might add the excellent question posed by Emma. What is the stock market?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see how I put this easy. Okay, have any of you ever been outside?
Oh, sure. I was just out there yesterday.
Good. Okay, then I'm sure you've noticed that not only are there people, cars, and buses, but there are also stores and businesses out there, right?
I'm with you so far.
He makes a lot of sense.
Good. So anyway, you see, these businesses don't always use their own money. Sometimes they get small amounts from people like yourselves. Then they give you a stock certificate which says that a piece of the company belongs to you.
Does that mean we get our own office?
Well, not quite, but it does mean that if the company does well and makes money, then your stocks go up and you make money. Any other questions? Yes.
Do you have the correct time?
4:15.
Oh, good.
Well, okay, can I continue now? Nobody has to add any bleach or anything?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Jefferson.
There's one in every consortium. Okay. Now, so after scanning the Dow and considering the political climate, and of course taking into account my own personal genius, I have decided on a company called TZI. They're the ones that make the guidance systems for the government's R2 supersonic missile. And they also make chocolate milk. So now, this is what we'll do. We'll buy the stocks, then we'll charter the progress by meeting here every Thursday at 12:30.
Child, that's when Ryan's Hope comes on.
How about 1 o'clock?
No, all my children.
Okay, what time's the news come on?
5.
We'll meet at 5.
Perfect.
Okay. Then it's all settled.
Wait a minute, girls. Before we go, I think we should give my boss, Mr. Jefferson, a round of thanks.
It's okay.
Don't spoil him.
Thank you, ladies. You too, Florence. And I must say, I love your attitude. So now what are we going to get?
We're gonna get rich?
I can't hear you. What are we going to get?
Rich!
Give me an R.
R!
Give me a C.
C!
Give me an H. Give me your money.
Florence, it's been a week. What's he been telling you? How we been doing? I miss my money.
I know, Emma, but he ain't told me nothing yet. And he said no business will be discussed except at Thursday's regular board meetings.
Sit down, everybody. Here he comes, the Fox of Wall Street.
Ladies.
Hi, Mr. Jefferson!
Well, shall we go straight to the matter at hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as you can see, TZI appears to have upside penetrated the symmetrical triangle. Now, if this is correct, I believe that the trend should continue upward with some slight resistance about here through the end of the month. Any questions? Yes.
What you talking about?
Okay. Should I put it in simpler terms?
Yeah.
Okay. In simpler terms, that means we're rich.
I'm leaving, George.
Hey, Weez, I got some great news. TZI's up another 2 points.
So the consortium is doing well.
Well, we're doing great.
How much have they made?
$1,000 apiece. You know something, Weezy? Those women really worship me. Of course, that's their right as American citizens. You know.
George, take it easy. You might be smart with money, but you're not a god.
Give me time, Weez. We've only been in the stock market for 2 weeks. You know something, Weez? This genius work is hungry work. Would you give me a dish of that peach cobbler Emma made for me? And maybe some coffee in that I Love You, Mr. Jefferson mug that Florence gave me. Oh, yeah, when you finish that, would you rub my back? Connie missed the spot.
Sure, George. And while I'm at it, do you want me to kiss your feet, too?
No, Weez. Then I have to take off the slippers that Lucy did it for me.
Mr. Jefferson, well, I've shined all your shoes, darned your socks, and ironed your shoelaces. Is there anything else anything else you want while I'm still below your ankles?
Sorry, Florence, but Weezy has dibs on my feet.
Mr. Jefferson, have I told you lately how much I appreciate what you're doing for us?
4 times less than Lucy, but 3 times more than Emma. But who's counting?
Oh, well, if you're comfortable, I'm gonna put your little shoes down here, and I think I'll just go answer the doorbell.
Thank you, Florence. I'm fine. Run along.
I can't believe this.
Hi, Emma.
Hi, Florence. Is he in? Is he thinking? Can I watch?
Okay, but don't disturb him.
Okay.
Oh. This is where he reads the financial pages. Oh, and this is his calculator. This is the phone he uses to call the stock market child. Oh, and this is his wife.
What is it, Emma?
Oh, I just brought Mr. Jefferson a little present. Here. It's a thinking cap. At least that's what my daddy used to call it. But Mama always said it was a shame he didn't have it on the day that he crossed against that red light in front of that speeding bus.
Thank you, Emma. I'll wear it in good health.
And in heavy traffic.
You ready to go, Florence?
Oh, yeah.
Where are you two going?
Florence is going with me to the travel agency.
Yeah. She's going to Georgia for her mama's 75th birthday party. Ain't that something?
And I wouldn't have been able to afford it if it hadn't have been for Mr. Jefferson. Have I told you how much I really appreciate what you've done?
2 times less than Florence, but you're gaining on her.
Come on, Emma. I really appreciate what you're doing for us, Mr. Jefferson. Ha! I'm back 3 up on you, Emma.
Ain't that great, Weez? Emma's gonna get a chance to visit her mother.
Yes, I have to admit, what you're doing is nice. Your attitude is thoroughly nauseating, but what you're doing is nice.
Beautifully put, Weez.
And it was very considerate of you to help get them in the stock market.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about getting them out.
Why? I thought the market was going up steadily.
Well, Weez, you know how the stock market is. It's just like blood pressure. One day it's up, 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 and the next thing you know, it's kablooey.
Do you really think their stock's gonna kablooey?
Well, I don't know. I've been studying the trend, and we're at a crossroads right now. We're either heading for a major upswing, or we're heading, to use the technical term, down the toilet. I just can't figure out what to do about it.
Well, just bear in mind, it isn't your money that you'd be losing.
You saying go for it?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is play it safe and sell the stock.
But Weez, Emma needs the money to see her mother. I mean, it wouldn't be fair if she wasn't able to spread my legend throughout the state of Georgia.
I've got to get down to the help center.
Oh, yeah. I got to call a stockbroker, tell him to sell.
Bye, George.
I thought you wanted me to sell.
I meant so long, George.
Oh. Hello, Miss Davis. Is Lou in? It's George Jefferson. Jefferson, Cleveland, 7 locations, 1 near you. Huh? There isn't? Then move. Now put Lou on, will you? Hey, Lou, look, I got something I want you to do for me. Dump my TZI. You heard me. I want you to sell all of it. I know it's a wise move. I guess that's why everybody calls me a wise guy. So anyway, you do agree I should sell the stock, right? Okay, then hold on to it. Look, you haven't been right since I've known you.
Oh, hi, George. Great news. I see in the paper that TZI really plunged. The bottom fell out. You sold just in time. Isn't that great? Is something wrong?
Florence gone yet?
Yeah, she's downstairs with the rest of the consortium waiting for you.
Oh. Hey, Weez, you know what? I've been thinking, maybe you should hold a meeting today.
Oh, I could never take the place of the Fox of Wall Street. Oh, those women are gonna love you now.
Yeah, Weezy, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, you ain't been getting enough loving lately.
Tell me about it.
No, look, I'm serious, Weez. I mean, I've had it up to here with this glory. I'm full of it.
Oh, hi, Miss Jefferson. Do you mind if we have our meeting up here?
We can't use the laundry room. Yeah, the nerve of those women using our boardroom to do their wash.
George, this is your lucky day. You don't have to go to the meeting. The meeting came to you.
How about that?
And even better, I can watch you tell them the good news personally.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Jefferson, but you can't.
Yeah, you ain't a member of the consortium.
But I'm married to George. Surely you could make an exception in my case.
No.
Well, I'll be in my room.
Now, we know you've got good news for us, but first, we've got something for you. Consortium?
So, what's the Fox of Wall Street got to tell us today?
Well, first, let me say one thing. When you go to your fast food stands to get a burger, what do you have to drink?
Root beer.
Cola.
Scotch on the rocks.
I carry my own.
Did you notice that the only drink not mentioned was chocolate milk?
What does that mean?
TZI went kablooey. Nobody's buying chocolate milk.
Well, how about the missiles you told us about?
Did you buy one of those lately?
No.
See?
Mr. Jefferson, could kablooey by any chance mean something good?
Not a chance, Florence.
Oh, there goes my trip to see my mama.
And my first vacation in 10 years.
And my mini skirt and cowboy boots.
Look, ladies, I'm really sorry.
Oh, that's okay, Mr. Jefferson. Don't feel bad. I mean, you did the best you could for us.
And you were hot for a while.
And you said it was a risk.
Yeah, but I hate disappointing you.
Oh, listen, honey. When it comes to disappointments, we've had plenty of that.
Oh,
Well, ladies.
Hey, wait a minute. Look, I got one more thing to tell you.
You're not gonna tell us that son of a sharecropper story again, are you?
No stories. This is business. Okay? Now, as you know, TZI was heading way up, right? Yeah. Okay. So you know, they don't call me the Fox of Wall Street for nothing, right? So I said to myself, Fox, you know, whatever goes up must come down. So I sold it before it dropped.
Well, what does that mean?
It means that we got out before it went under. Oh, and it also means that I have here a $1,000 check for each and every one of you. Get that for me, Weez.
Mama, here I come.
Oh, I just gotta give him a big hug.
Not yet, child. He's still writing.
Oh, a mini skirt for me and matching hot pants for my old man.
Okay, princess.
Well, what's our next investment, Fox?
Well, the Fox thinks we ought to lay low. The hounds are out there now.
Well, how soon then?
Well, I don't know, a year, 2, maybe 10.
Oh, whatever
whatever you say, Fox. Come on, girls. Let's go celebrate. You want to join us, Mr. Jefferson?
No thanks. Being a financial genius is tiring work. You go ahead.
Ooh. Mr. Jefferson, are you tearing up?
A little.
This really touched you, didn't it?
Deeper than you know.
Ooh, thank you. I'm going straight down to my church and make a donation on them stained glass windows. In your name.
While you down there, burn a candle for TZI.
What's going on, Florence?
Oh, Miss Jefferson, ain't this something? We each made $1,000 in the stock market.
You did?
Yeah, and we owe it all to your husband. You know, I've said a lot of things about you in the past, and they still apply. But I want to tell you what I'm thinking about you right now. You know, if I had bought stock in you yesterday, I'd be rich today, because your stock just shot up, child.
What are you staring at?
A wonderful man.
Oh, come on. I ain't that wonderful. I just got lucky in the stock market, that's all.
You did? Well, your broker just called, and he said he was sorry that you lost so much by sticking with TZI.
Oh.
So you didn't sell after all. You took the whole loss yourself and paid them out of our account.
Yeah, you know, the reason...
George, you don't have to explain being nice. Feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's strange.
Oh, you'll get used to it. Oh, I'm just so proud of you.
Oh, yeah? You want to know something? You got every right to be.